Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're going to reach us from. Welcome to the Breakfast Club, where we are going to discuss how about women online. We are all business women here that you see on this panel, and we want to talk to other business women or women who would like to be in business online and how to get more information. So. I want to welcome the ladies on the panel. Thanks for joining us this morning. And just want to mention that our regular host is away to help Family Matters, and we wish them well, and she'll be back next week. And so, again, I want to say again that all four of us are women that work on the online world, and we all we all joined the online world for different reasons, and well, we're going to discuss that today because I think a lot of women would like to have more time to themselves, time for their family, or time for whatever it is on your list. I remember at one point when my kids were getting older, I thought, what am I going to do when they're gone? So I made a list of things that I wanted to do after they went off to college. But it can also be bigger things or bigger dreams than that. So I'm going to start off by asking Grace a question. What was happening in your life, Grace, when you first realized you wanted something more than the path you were already on?
Good morning, Jose, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking care of the session today. Actually, yeah, before I joined this business, what was happening in my life was a rush life. Just
Mm.
getting up in the morning, going to work, and my work was kind of far, so I had to drive at least an hour from my work.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I would finish at 5, and then I would come home around 6:30 if I have to pick up something, on the way home. So, and then as soon as I come home, I'm gonna cook dinner, and then for the next day. So it was kind of like work, home. No personal life, no
Mm.
walking, no no nothing. It was all about just work and stay home. Yes, that was my life before that. But then I got this opportunity, and here I am, boss free. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Thank you. There's another part to this question, but what gave you the courage to explore a digital business? I think you kind of answered it with your first answer because looks like life was pretty boring.
Yeah. Well, yeah, honestly. And I was always like that. Like I always wanted to do something by myself, and I never liked like 9 to 5, but had no choice, right? And especially when
Hmm.
you are in this new country, so you have to work. You have to pay the bills. You have to buy a house and all that. So yes, that was my life.
I'm going to rephrase what you said. You thought you had no other choice
Yeah,
until you saw this business, right? So there are
yeah.
choices, there are opportunities, right? So, Tina, tell us what was the hardest emotional hurdle you had to overcome when you started this online business? Was it fear, doubt, time, confidence? And how did you move through it?
Oh my, all of the above. I guess,
Sorry for answering your question.
I guess to, finally make that step, what I needed to get over was probably the biggest thing was doubt. Like,
Mm,
can I do this? Is this something that I can do? I enjoyed being on social media. It's not for everybody, right?
yeah, yeah.
I get that. So that was my biggest thing. Can I do this? And I'm pretty much an extrovert, as all of you know. But I am an introvert too. That I do enjoy my me time, my quiet time, and that's where I can, be creative and do all the funny
Mhm.
things and whatever. But yeah, it was like, can I do this? No, it was more like I want to do this. Finally, I
Right.
discovered, whatever comes up, whatever that is, fear, doubt, like all the things that you said, I'm going to just, let them move through me and deal with them and carry on because I really enjoy this space. I really enjoy the value of the community and what we're trying to do globally.
Mhm.
And I just, yeah, I think that was the biggest thing for me.
Right on. Very good. Very good. And I think that's definitely maybe part of all of our,
Yeah.
fears and,
I
and,
would
and
say
doubts.
so.
But
Yeah.
yeah, and even now as the business grows, there's always other doubts that might come up along the way. But, once you've tackled on the beginning, it's like, you just deal with it as it comes. And a lot of times we realize that the fear wasn't really fear, it was maybe uncertainty, but we don't give ourselves enough credit to be able to to grow and to change and
Yeah.
to adapt to new
Yeah.
things. So
Yeah.
all right, Pam, have a sip of coffee. How did being part of a supportive, valued-based community change the way you showed up for yourself and your goals and your business?
Wow. Good morning, ladies, and thank you, Jose.
Good morning.
How did this community change how I feel? Well, I can tell you one thing. It was a relief to join a business with a supportive community like this. I owned a brick and mortar business back in the day, and I
Mm,
was on my own. So it was like a deer in the headlights. I was stuck and I didn't know which way to go because I had to find my way around. But when I found this community, I found that everything is laid out for you. All the heavy lifting is done. So if I only had this with my brick and mortar business, I don't know if I'd be here today because this is so easy and
mm,
it's so much fun because when you get up in the morning and you enjoy what you're doing to come to the community instead of getting on your winter clothes and shoveling your way out and getting to the shop and opening up and being there 14, 16 hours and not knowing if you're going to make a dime because the weather is down, the economy, you're watching the news on that. It's all kinds of pressure. But here in the community is amazing because if you find yourself in a slump, there's always someone there to pick you up. If you
mhm,
come across something that you can't handle, there's always someone there to help you, give you answers, and help you along the way. I think this
mhm.
is, I wish we had found this years ago.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. When I think of all the money that I've put into education, sorry, teachers, um, a lot of money, and then you work at that for a little while, and then you realize, well, maybe I should do something else. So then you invest more money into
Mhm.
something else, and you grow there for a while, and then you realize it's always the same thing. You go to work, you come home, you go to bed, you go to work, you come home, you go to bed, you
Yeah.
go. It's very boring life, right? So, Grace, how have your personal values or faith influenced the way you lead, the way you serve, and the way you grow in this business?
Thank you, Jose, for asking me this question. Actually, faith is kind of like we need to help everybody and in whatever way we can. So that's what I try to do. Even if I have like sometimes I don't have the complete knowledge of what the other person is asking me, then I just say them, honestly, that I don't know about this one, and I try to figure it out for them. So it's just that just help as much as you can, and yeah, and then go by that.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
again, like I hear some, sometimes when, well, it's like a relationship, like if some days I'm down, my husband is up. So he makes me, he get through my day. And if he's down, then I pick him up and well, I wouldn't pick him up, but you know what I mean? And emotionally, I'm there to support him. Right. So it's the same thing in this business when we're questioning ourselves or questioning something about the business, then there's always someone there to support the other ones, right? So that's the beauty of a business like this.
Okay.
Tina,
Yeah.
yeah, sorry about that.
Okay.
Go ahead, Grace.
No, I was just saying. I think I kind of misunderstood your question. Maybe that's why. But yeah, I agree with you. Like for me, like when I'm working on my business, he doesn't bother me. No one bothers me. They know that I'm on my business. And sometimes if I have some lives or something, I tell them, beforehand that this time to this time I'm kind of busy, so that they don't knock the door or anything of that sort. So yes, I have the full support from the family. Yes.
Yeah, that's great. I have a sign on my door. This busy bee is busy. This bee is busy.
Knock at your own risk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. All right. Excuse me. Tina, what surprised you the most about who you're becoming in the process of building this business?
I'm still surprised every day because we're learning every day. What surprised me the most is like how quickly I was able to pick all of the training and the tools and the tips up. It's just,
Mm,
finding the time to apply them all.
mhm,
But yeah, as far as I really like who I've become through this business.
mhm,
All the things that I've learned, meeting all of the people, understanding different perspectives. It just broadens your
mhm.
view so much more. And you
Right,
realize so much about yourself. So it's like discovering yourself as you're moving through this business. We're all like building our business together, but differently and at different
right.
levels. So we're all discovering new things that surprise ourselves every day. So
Yeah,
that's why I'm like, I can't really pinpoint it on one thing. It's a lot of
yeah,
things, really. Like, how
yeah.
much
Well,
time
with
is that? Really?
and with a community of over 270,000
Right.
people,
Right.
you see all these different individualities and different there's nobody that's cookie cutter, right? So it's interesting to see all the personalities that come out and whatnot. So
Mhm.
sometimes I want to try and imitate them, but I can't because I'm me, right?
That's right. That's right.
And that's perfect, just the way we are, right?
Exactly.
So last question is for Pam. Can you share a moment when you realized you weren't doing this alone anymore, that you actually had people walking beside you?
Hmm.
When
That's a
was that
good, that was
moment?
a good question. That was probably, well, I've been in the business for a while, but I think that was around 2.5, 3 years ago
Mm,
when, um, as you know, to get into this business, if you see one of our websites online, you click it and you come into our system. That would make me your guide if you clicked on my system. So I'm your guide. So when you come in, I help you through. Well, I clicked on this lady's website, and so she was my guide. She was my mentor. And I was with her for a while. And it so happened that she quit. She quit the business. So her mentor, the one that brought her into the business, she took me over. She took me under her wing. And
mm,
right at that moment, I felt like, wow, you know, it takes a special kind of a person to take someone from you don't know, you haven't related to in no way, because I didn't talk to this other lady before.
mhm.
And she was willing to take me under her wing and to help me through to build our business. And that's how we work, because we are people helping people business, right? You
That's
you
right.
you grow mind and body, spirit, whatever, person wise, business wise, together. Together we grow stronger and we go farther. You go alone,
That's right.
and then if you go together, you go far. So yes, I was like 3 years ago when she took me under her wing, bless her heart, that I found out that I'm part of something bigger than I've ever thought I could be part of. Yeah, it's amazing.
Pam, you've said it all. You've said it all in your answer, and we want everyone watching to realize that there is something else that you can do and that you can reach out to and that you can be supported and encouraged and be able to either have a side income. People say a side gig. I hate that word because this is nothing. It's not a gig. It's an amazing opportunity to be able to change your life, change your there's personal growth and change, help your family. It's incredible. I could go on and on and on, but I invite you to reach out to one of us. You see our information here. So reach out and get more information. Not everything is complimentary, but the information is complimentary until you decide to move forward in this business, and we will be there to support you. So I want to thank you, ladies. You guys were awesome, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Well, or the
Thank
next
you.
day. Bye for
Bye-bye.
now.
Bye.